Hi everyone, hello, hello. The world of wonders, the world of wonders. The world of wonders. My little Chumbawambas, how is everyone doing on this glorious day? Just let me just do my Goldilocks. Hey? How is everyone? How you all doing? Ooh yeah. Ooh yeah, baby. Hey? Dear oh dear. You all okay? Is everyone feeling good? It's Friday. I'll tell you what we do need to do. We need to find, there it is. There it is. Let me just, I don't even know if we're live, so I should check really, shouldn't I? Let's just check that first to make sure that we're actually live on air, as they say. Hello, testing, testing. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, hello. I think we're all right. Are we good? Let me just check on the old iPad. Let's check that we're good. And then we will get into today's show. Ladies and gentlemen. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Got that from my friend Warren. Wizzy Wizzy Wazza. Right, is that working? Got that from my friend Warren. Wizzy Wizzy Wazza. Right, so that one's working. Is the other one working? Or is it just the one? Just the one. That's what I normally say when I go out for dinner. Table for 2, sir? No, just the one. just you, sir? Yeah, just me. It's just me. No one else. Just little old me. Let's see. Why are we only getting... That's a little bit odd, isn't it? I need my glasses, don't I? That's one thing we need to do. We need to get the glasses on. Because then I'd be able to see. Because you've got eyes. We've all got eyes. I mean, not everyone's got eyes. Some people are born without eyes. I see ya. Let's see. Let's see. Shall we? Why have we got 2 streams going of the same page? That doesn't make sense. One should be vertical, one should be horizontal. Okay. Well, it's sending out 2 streams doing the same thing, which ain't good. Let me just double check that again. Why are you doing that, Mr. Live? Oh, it is working. Thank you, guys. Right. Well, it does seem to be working, right? I'm sure you'll tell me in chat if it doesn't work, yeah? Okay, let's get the chair up. I always had a problem getting it up, the chair, you know? And then I'll read your comments and we'll say a little hello, because it's been a long time since I've run solo, as they say. I'm always accompanied by Mr. Ben. Hello, Mr. Ben. But today we're running solo. I was going to say something crude there, but I'm not going to, because I've had time to reflect on myself and grow up. Not really. Right, so glasses. Let's be seeing you. Oh, hi. How you doing? 4 eyes? Okay, so you can see obviously what we're going to be getting into today. All the fun and games. So let's just get the chat boxes up, and then I can see all of the lovely abuse that you've all been giving me. And then we can get on with today's show, which will be nice because I'm sure that's why you're here. If you're here, I might be talking to myself. Am I talking to myself or not? Hello, MSS Perimphian. How you doing, sir? 7, how you doing? I hope everyone's doing wonderful today. Let's just get the other stream because it's sending out a vertical. If you want to watch it on your phone, we've got a vertical stream and then a horizontal for on your TV. Right. Okay. So let's get the other one up now and just make sure that they're all okay. And once we've done that, we can get cracking, crack-a-lacking. Ah, there's the other one. Right, whoa, the mad one. Hello, Rex. Hello, Spartan. Hello, Ben. Hello, Gary. Hello, Nikki. Hi, Nikki. How you doing? You all right? Yeah, I know. So we're going to be getting into today's show. And hello, kids, as well, of course, MSS, and all of the regulars. It's lovely to see you. Yes, hello everyone. Right, so today we're going to get into just gossip, news, and just have a general catch-up with all of you because it's been a while since we've done this, hasn't it? It's been a week or so since we've done the live stream like this where I'm going solo, Han Solo. I should be a comedian. Maybe not. Gavin Ramong show. You like that, didn't you, Ben? Yeah, so... And can we have a little get well to Roops as well because she's been in hospital. She's been a little poorly, our little dream skater Roops. So let's send her a little wishes and love because she sent me a message earlier saying she's a bit poorly. So let's hope that she gets well soon. Right, we're going to be starting off with the bonkers story that is the big protest that's happening in London tomorrow. Now, the media and the government are calling it the Tommy Robinson March, and everyone who's not mentally handicapped is just calling it Unite the Kingdom, because there was one before, and it rallied together lots of people from all different backgrounds, of all different races, ethnicities, genders, and whatever you want to be. Banana man, orange man, chocolate man, or I suppose a lovely thick black lady with a cake bottom, which suits me wonderfully. And it was very, very good. There was little to no arrests compared to what you see at things like Notting Hill Carnival and the Palestine protests. And it was a very big success for this country, and it should be celebrated in peace, harmony and love. However, the British government is still banging that drum that everyone attending this rally is apparently a far-right thug. Hello, kids. And I just want to say it's... Oh, I nearly swore. I'm going to try and be professional tonight and not swear because I know that upsets some people and you've got to be professional on here. Bollocks. It's bad. It's bad what the government is doing, and Keir Starmer. In fact, before we get into this no. Let's watch Keir Starmer's video first because I think we need to set a little bit of context for the lies, manipulation, and traitorous behaviour by our supreme leader, Sir Keir Starmer, has been doing. And I'm going to start calling him that because he is a traitor to this country, and it needs to be called out. If you have a protest in the United Kingdom, and it's called Unite the Kingdom, that means everyone that's in this country, born, come to this country, Britain, our culture, England, raise the flag, have a pint. If you don't have a drink, have a flipping Keir, if they still do it, or Ribena, or whatever you like, and celebrate because this is England. However, Mr. Starmer believes everyone is evil for doing so. So let's listen to what this absolute tyrant and manipulative piece of says.
Tomorrow's march in London is a reminder of what we're up against in the battle of our values.
What we're up against in the battle of our values? You mean British people that want to raise the English flag and celebrate our country being great? What is your battle against, actually, Starmer? There should be no battle. There is no battle to be had. This is England.
In London is a reminder of what we're up against in the battle of our values. The organisers, including convicted thugs and racists, are peddling hatred and division.
Whoa. Hear this again. I'm sorry, I'm going to be doing this a bit with this speech because I really need to rip into this absolute scum rat lowlife.
In the battle of our values. The organisers, including convicted thugs and racists, are
convicted thugs and racists. So everyone organising it is convicted thugs and racists. Everyone behind it. All of the mums, the dads, everyone that's taking part in helping, yeah, and their kids that are probably putting banners together and all of that today. Thugs and racists. You lot.
peddling hatred and division. Plain and simple.
Fuck you,
Their
Starmer.
goal is to convince people that Britain's problems are caused by those living alongside them. But that is not the Britain that I know. This is a country built on decency, fairness and respect.
Decency, fairness and respect. Decency wouldn't have had you cheating on your wife and having a child out of wedlock. Decency wouldn't have seen you hiring Peter Mandelson, who was connected to Jeffrey Epstein. Decency wouldn't have been trying to throw elderly under the bus with the winter fuel allowance. Would it? Decency wouldn't be covering up child abuse. Would it? Decency, the man says. Decency.
I know. This is a country built on decency, fairness and respect.
Fairness and respect. Let's talk about that one. Fairness would be you following the rule that you set out for Boris Johnson when you was calling for his resignation and said you are the one that is responsible for the failures of the Conservative Party and what's going on in England. You are the one that needs to take the fall. Stand up. Be a man. Be fair. Has he done that? Thousands of people have lost their jobs because of Starmer. And this isn't just local businesses. This is the people in his own party. Councillors, MPs, people that have been sacked, cover-ups, corruption, fairness, remember that. And respect. He wants to talk about respect. Okay. He started this with calling everyone far-right thugs and racists. So any one of you that goes there tomorrow, remember what you are. You're a far-right thug and you are racist. Remember that when you're cheering and celebrating, having a pint with your black mates and your Indian mates and your Chinese mates all there as one, celebrating this great country, remember that you're evil. Remember that.
A country that is at its best when people from different backgrounds come together in common purpose. This is our country, with a majority who share those values, a majority who may not always be as loud, but must always define who we are.
So the people that are not English should always define what we are, not ourselves. What on earth is he talking about?
Purpose. This is our country, with a majority who share those values, a majority who may not always be as loud.
So the majority that may
but
not
must always define who we are. So my government will not stand in the way of peaceful protest, but we will act decisively against hatred.
No, you won't. That's an absolute pile of shit lie, because you've allowed all these pro-Palestine marches for God knows how long, 2 years, 3 years. And you've allowed Jewish people to get attacked, stabbed, beaten, harassed in public because of all of this division that you have created, that you have allowed in this country. You're the one in control, nobody else. You're the one that's allowed that. No, that's not the far right people doing that to Jewish people, is it? Who are the far right?
We will use the full force of the law when that hate...
This is what he done, the full force of the law. So he'll use the same full force of the law that he gave to people that took place in riots, civil unrest after the Southport, Axel Ruder Cabana, those committing crimes, granted, we've always said punishment if you've committed a crime. The full force of the law. Does he mean publish it on TV like he did before with the courtrooms, but he's not doing it for all of those people that are raping little girls? Fairness. Remember? Fairness.
Hatred manifests as violence. And we will ban those coming into the UK
including the Prime Minister of Poland,
who seek to stir it up, as we have done already. Because this country belongs to all of us. And I will not tolerate anyone who seeks to stand in the way of that.
I mean, you can't get arrested for saying it because it's not a threat, but if he was any other bloke, you'd get a fucking smack in the mouth, the geezer. He'd get a smack in the mouth. I never used to be like this, did I? I never used to sort of be so abusive, but it's past that now. And
he has declared
what happens to me in my channel is just not important. I think he's divisive to this country. I think he's a danger to this country. And I think Keir Starmer is a traitor to the United Kingdom. Those are my words, and that's what I wholeheartedly believe. The fact that Sadiq Khan is the mayor of London and we've allowed him to stay there through the voting of his own community, if you like, to keep him in power, shows you just how far gone London is. We covered a video last night of Piers Morgan talking about, well, what's wrong with London? Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Where Ben Habib rightly pointed out that London is now 60% non-born British people. Well, that's a big part of gone. When there's 60% of your your major city being London, the great, wonderful London, you know, when no one there is going to be English in the next 25 years, okay, so what, do we not have an identity anymore? It kind of feels like to me that the job of the Conservatives, the Labour Party, the Green Party and the Liberal Democrats, their job and aim is to completely destroy this country's soul. And that's what those people are out for tomorrow, the soul of this country. So let's continue on. We're going to get into this first video. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's see what's going on with regards to tomorrow.
we're in a fight for the soul of this country ahead of the Unite the Kingdom march this weekend, as well as a pro-Palestinian march, by the way. The Prime Minister also warned those who seek to incite hatred and violence will be blocked from entering the UK. Have a listen to...
And again, I will be pausing quite a lot tonight because I've got a lot to say and it might upset some people. But hey, you know, it's my channel now and I can do what I like. But I will be pausing and say this division from the country, this divide that he's talking about in the country, nothing was said when a cult came to this country and went to Crewe and opened up a community and have been committing crimes and just been arrested. The religion of peace and light, the little offspan of Islam there in Crewe, they were all allowed in. You know, was it the Syrian president or prime minister, you know, war crimes and all of that? They're allowed in number 10. That's all right. Deaf to the IDF. Can chant that in London. Support the supreme leader of Iran and the IRGC who shoot children on the streets of Iran and Tehran. I'm laughing because it's ridiculous. That's all okay under Starmer's Great Britain. But if you go out and you say, oh, I love my country, I love England and I want England to be British, whew, you'll get arrested.
Those who seek to incite hatred and violence will be blocked from entering the UK. Have a listen to what he had to say.
Tomorrow's march in London is a reminder of what we're up against in the battle of our values. The organisers, including convicted thugs and racists, are peddling hatred and division. Plain and simple.
You covered up child abuse. Plain and simple. You had rent boys in a flat that you once owned. Plain and simple. You cheated on your wife and you had a child with a woman out of wedlock. Plain and simple. You hired someone knowing full well that he was close allies with Jeffrey Epstein, with the biggest scandal of cover-ups of child abuse and female abuse and trafficking. Plain and simple.
All this to convince people that Britain's problems are caused by those living alongside them. But that is not the Britain that I know. This is a country built on decency, fairness and respect. A country that is at its best when people from different backgrounds come together in common purpose.
And have you noticed, me or nobody else has once spoken about race and how we hate people that are black, that we hate people that are Hindu or Sikh? Have you ever heard anyone like me say any of that? No, because it isn't true, is it? So who is he talking about then? I don't know. Someone knows, send me a postcard.
That's a cracking little bit of film there, isn't it? It's almost like a movie. You expect someone in a crinoline to wander past at any given moment. In any case, all this comes as the Met prepares for one of the busiest days the force has faced in recent years, with both the annual pro-Palestine march,
Again, why are they allowing the pro-Palestine march tomorrow? They've probably 100 marches in London, over 100 of them, right, over the last 3 years. Why are they allowing one tomorrow? I'll tell you why. Because they're probably coordinating it so they come face to face with everyone doing this march tomorrow for England. Why would he do that? And why does he need is it 4,000 police officers, did he say? Sounds like a bit of a coordinated, face-off, doesn't it? Why would you allow that? If you're a good Prime Minister, why would you allow that? Because he wants it to kick off to go, oh, look, it's the far right. You British people, you're the problem. Fuck this guy.
The Kingdom March and, of course, the FA Cup final, all on the same day, or roughly at the same time. Meanwhile, Director of Public Prosecutions, Stephen Parkinson, has said everyone has the right to protest, thanks mate, and to express their views freely. This is a cornerstone of our democracy. However, it does not extend to using words, images or symbols to spread hatred.
Well, did you not consider that there's people in this country from Iran, good Muslims from Iran, yeah, that do not follow the Supreme Leader? And then you have people holding up the Ayatollah before he was murdered, marching through, knowing full well that all of those other people should be murdered. Do you not think that incites violence or causes fear and intimidation within communities? Why was that allowed? Where are all the police for that? Are they over there? Are they over there? Don't know.
Violence or cause fear and intimidation within our communities. Obviously not spoken to the Jewish community recently, has he? And I did a little bit of research before I come on the show, because I'm good like that, trained journalist, etc., etc. And some of the pictures at those pro-Palestinian marches over the last 2 years have been absolutely horrendous. We are talking swastikas, we are talking pictures of Jewish people with nooses around their neck, we are talking some horrible, horrible slogans. And what was done about them? Absolutely nothing.
Well said, my love. And Nikki there says, I hope it doesn't kick off tomorrow, but if it did, I think it will be bad. I've got a funny feeling with it, but I hope British patriots are out there. And anyone that goes along, anyone that goes along is there for the good of this country. Because when they said they're announcing 4,000 police officers, I'm like, why? And I think most of us are like, what for? What for? What for? People are going up there to dance and have a good time and have a laugh and celebrate the greatness of our home and our people. That's it. You don't need police for that. You don't. You didn't need it last time. 20, 25 arrests for people who were just drunk and disorderly and being stupid. All right, you get that. It's no excuse for it. I'm not defending it, but it's just you're going to get that when you've got 500,000 people, 1 million people at an event. There's going to be arrests of some kind. It's just inevitable. It could have been a kid's party for flipping Mighty Mouse. There's going to be arrests if there's that many people. It's just inevitable. This tomorrow, however, with what's going on with the local elections, with Labour on edge, with Wes Streeting resigning, with the news of Andy Burnham, Starmer needs something where he can go, I told you. He needs that. He needs that. And that's my concern. I'm not sitting here to say, I believe in corruption and all of that, but I believe in corruption and all of that.
And now, the day before Unite the Kingdom march, we have a statement, well, it's a soft-focused movie, isn't it, from Keir Starmer, and a CPS warning that people will be prosecuted if they say anything that's hateful, and they face 7 years in prison. OK, Sebastian, why now? Why have the CPS issue this statement? Why have we got this soft-focused movie from the Prime Minister? Why today? Why not for the last 2 years?
Well, a lot of people say, I don't know what Keir Starmer believes in. He's making it pretty clear now, isn't he? I don't think we can level that accusation against him. Clearly, it's going to be a very, very stressful day for the police. They've got all the events you outlined going.
It shouldn't be a clearly very stressful time for the police. It shouldn't be. It wasn't last time. People, the police were having a good time. So why is it a problem now?
on at once, and I think pretty strong of both the government and the police to be putting out statements and making it clear how they're going to tackle this, which is going to be a real operational challenge.
But why now? Why now? I mean, we have seen for 2 years, since the hateful events, since the end of 2023, we have seen people on our streets literally calling for the death of Jews. Jewish community in London, absolutely terrified to go into the centre of town when these marches are going on. So what is it about this weekend in particular? We've had 2 marches going on before. The FA Cup final, I get, is an exception.
That's what I mean. It doesn't make sense. You have all of those marches calling for the murder of Jews and chants of death to the IDF, calling for murder, and it's still allowed to happen. That's still happening now, weekly. That isn't a problem. But English people going, hey, England. You lot are evil and dangerous. The guy is an absolute psychopath.
Why now? What is it about the Unite the Kingdom march? Because let's not beat about the bush. That's what this is about, that Keir Starmer doesn't like.
Well, no, I think both marches are a concern, given we've seen the police now saying they're going to arrest people for saying globalise the Intifada or death to the IDF. All those.
They're only doing that. They're only doing that now because the pushback from British people. You should have been doing that in the first place.
Incitations to violence are going to be clamped down on, and there was a lot of pressure on the government to do more after the latest heinous anti-Semitic attack in Golders Green, and this is the embodiment of that, which I think is positive.
OK, and Matt, we on the earlier show today, we had lots of people getting in touch. We had families getting in touch. We had pensioners getting in touch saying they were...
Immigrants do the jobs Brits don't want to do, like voting for Keir Starmer, says Rex. Very good.
On the last Unite the Kingdom march, they experienced no hatred, they didn't say anything hateful signs. They were there as a family, they're worried about the way this country is going. They are going again on this march tomorrow.
Well, I'm not surprised they're going on it, because I think millions of people in this country are absolutely fed up of what Keir Starmer and the political class, and let's be honest, the state is doing to this country. The reason people are marching tomorrow with the Unite the Kingdom rally, let's be clear about this, is because the state has pushed the people to the very edge. It's refused to fix the borders. It's unleashed a wave of sexual assaults against women and girls, as we've just seen today in Bournemouth with the Syrian refugee who's been found guilty of raping a teenager. It has refused consistently to address people's concerns over migration, and it has entrenched two-tier justice. Most recently, even though it wasn't in Labour's manifesto, suggesting it's going to scrap jury trials and introduce digital ID. I didn't see these videos and statements from Keir Starmer when Islamists were marching, when anti-Semites were marching, when pro-Iran stooges were marching, when Black Lives Matter was breaking COVID laws.
Yeah, breaking COVID laws, smashing up London, all of that, smashing up statues. Oh, it's all right. It's okay, isn't it? Because it's not white people doing it. And that's not me being racist. It's stating a fact. If me and you, guys, we all went up London tomorrow and we started destroying Trafalgar Square and painting over everything, trust me, there will be a trial on TV and you'll be in jail by the end of the weekend. You know?
Demonstrating and protesting, Keir Starmer took the knee. He took the knee to show his solidarity with the protesters. He welcomed a former ally of al-Qaeda, the now leader of Syria, into number 10 Downing Street. And he welcomed with open arms Allah Abd el-Fattah, who had made anti-Semitic, anti-white, anti-Western statements. Now,
and that's on top of the Chinese embassy being made next to the Tower of London. I mean, it's absurd. It's absurd.
Consistently, Keir Starmer has shown himself to be a man of double standards and two-tier politics, and everybody can see it now. And by the way, Seb, you've just drawn a parallel. What you haven't told the people at home, as the Times newspaper has confirmed, is that the police have said they're going to use facial recognition technology on the Unite the Kingdom rally, but they're not going to use it on the other rally. CPS guidance has just been introduced. It's not about both of those rallies.
It's just about one side. Well, that's if you ever wanted evidence of there's a two-tier justice system, two-tier Keir, when you keep hearing that over the last couple of years, that's it. And this is what's going to piss people off even more, because I believe the majority of you that may feel the same way I do on some things and disagree on other things, we all got the same sort of goal, that this is England, yeah? If you're going to introduce facial recognition tomorrow, let's just say there's 600,000 British people tomorrow marching, and let's say there's 200,000 pro-Palestine marching. You cannot have facial recognition for this mob over here and go, hang on, now we like these lot, they don't need it. So if it does kick off tomorrow, this is what's going to be absolutely absurd. Everyone on that side will be throwing bottles, come over and headbutt someone and break someone's nose. Oh, there's no facial recognition over that side. I don't know who it is. Terry over here, who's a taxi driver, goes, oi, you mug, and does the same back. He gets 7 years. If you want proof that this government is corrupt and bent, that there says it all.
And technology
Equality,
on the United Kingdom rally, but they're not going to use it on the other rally. CPS guidance has just been introduced. It's not about both of those rallies. It's been introduced because they're terrified that the working classes of this country are now mobilising. Everyone else is allowed to mobilise except the people who happen to build this country, this country and happen to keep this country going, and they're terrified of them.
I mean, you're welcome to your theories, but I trust our...
Do you believe the Times newspaper?
I believe the Times newspaper.
So
I also believe
in
our Metropolitan Police to make decisions that they think are best
Answer
for them.
the question. Why is facial recognition technology being used on one rally and not the other?
What has the police said?
That's what the Times newspaper has said.
Do you know what the police have said?
Tell me.
Well, I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to say that why are you criticising them when you haven't done your homework to work?
So this is absolute crap from the left. This is corruption. This is corruption, and this piece of crap in the white shirt is part of the problem. It's part of the problem. Now, you could disagree with me and go, I don't like you, you're right wing, I think you're crazy, you're racist. Cool. If that's what you think, great for you. All I'm asking, and everyone is asking for, is equality. Yeah? Equality. If you judge one side this way, you have to judge the other side. You have to treat things equally. If you're pushing one way, all it's saying to me is Starmer is trying to antagonise the British public. It would be like introducing digital ID and going, right, we're going to introduce digital ID for British people who are white and who are men, but everyone else doesn't have to do it. The fuck? It would be like that. You're trying to antagonise people in this country, and when they get mad and go, hang on, you can't do that because you can't do that, then no, you're racist. No, you're far right. You're a thug. No, mate, we're asking for equality. He knows what he's doing, and he's trying to, and it's getting to me. Even listening to this jars me.
Just that they think are best for them. Answer the question. Why is facial recognition technology?
If he had this geezer, this Pillock had a good conscience and was a decent man and a decent human being, he would go, the police have said this, however, I don't agree. It should be equal for everyone. Equal for man, equal for woman, equal for white, equal for black. It should be the same for everyone.
Being used on one rally and not the other.
What has the police said?
That's what the Times newspaper have said.
Do you know what the police have said?
Tell me.
Well, I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to say that why are you criticising them when you haven't done your homework to work out the reasoning behind it?
Why do you think millions of people... I've read the Times newspaper, you haven't. Why do you think millions...
No, I've read the Times newspaper. Right. Don't you worry, my friend.
So why do you think there is a two-tier approach to these demonstrations? Why do you think Keir Starmer took the knee during the BLM demonstrations, but now lectures everybody when it happens to involve public opposition to migration? Can you explain the difference there?
A bit weird of you to go in for Starmer for taking the knee during BLM and criticising him for not taking further action, given that he wasn't the Prime Minister then. So that's a very weak angle.
It's not a very weak angle. He took the knee because he bent to everyone but the British people. That's why I've said, and the title of this stream is Keir Starmer is a traitor to the United Kingdom. He is. He should be putting the British people first. No matter what country you're in, the leaders should always put their own first. Always.
Why did he express support for protests that broke COVID laws while he's now clamping down on this protest?
Because a man was killed in a racist attack in the US. It appalled many of us, and there were many who felt the need to take to the streets to protest against that. I think that was quite reasonable.
What about the hundreds of thousands of white working-class girls who have been assaulted, abused, and in some cases killed by the grooming gangs?
What is it? He's not bending the knee for that. You see, it doesn't make sense, does it? Like, look, if I try to look at it from black hair's side, I go, okay, right, George Floyd died, racism and all that. That's in America. It's not in England, right? But even so, if you want to protest for it, you've got every right to protest. It's a free country. I would still support that. I don't agree with it, but I still support it because you've got a right to protest in this country. If he's taking the knee for someone in America that's got nothing to do with us, he bent the knee for that. That's solidarity. And you go, okay, cool. Okay, I get it. He's trying to sort of get his way to be a leader of the Labour Party. He wants to become Prime Minister. I can see and try to understand where he's coming from. English white girls are being abused, and it's been covered up for decades and decades and decades, and they're marching because people are unhappy, right? No, I'm not marching. I'm not going to bend the knee for that. English white girls being assaulted. Nah. That's racist.
Not as
appalling.
important as a man in Minnesota.
Also appalling. If you're trying to get me to say that wasn't a bad thing, then you're on hiding to nothing, my friend.
What I'm trying to say, Seb, is the reason Labour just got absolutely annihilated at the elections, the reason Keir Starmer is the most unpopular Prime Minister since polling began in this country in the early 1970s, is because they are treating different groups in the society completely differently. If you happen to have been marching, as Dawn has just pointed out, over the last few years, while singing anti-Semitic songs, while expressing support for Hamas, while singing Globalise the Intifada and all of this crazy, insulting slogans, that's been permitted by the state.
Well, that's true because, and like Seven says there in chat, he says, will they arrest those wearing face coverings? No, they're still doing that at the Palestine protests. But again, if I went out tomorrow with a St. George's flag covering my face and just showing my eyes, trust me, the police will be pulling that off. They will be pulling that off my face if I was to go and do that.
Insulting slogans, that's been permitted by the state.
Well, that's not quite true, is it, though? Because Palestine Action was prescribed as a terror group, which many people, not myself, but many people thought was going too far.
After how many years, Seb?
But there was action taken against those people.
After the sledgehammer attack and all of that, which, let's just be honest, the sledgehammer attack with the pro-Palestine lot, come on, you know, that should be jail for flipping decades.
After how many years?
If you say things that are racist in this country, you will face the law for it.
What's racist?
Yeah, what's racist? If you face... Do you see what I'm trying to say? It's brainwashed. It's brainwashed. Who said anything racist at any of these rallies?
About tomorrow.
I didn't say there was anything racist about tomorrow. It hasn't happened yet. We don't know what people are going to say.
You're in the Labour Party, are you not?
Yes, I'm in the Labour
So
Party.
please explain why your leader's having some kind of nervous breakdown about the demonstration tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the biggest lover of Matt Goodwin, but his points are valid. All people ask for is equality and, you know, equal for everyone. Let's continue on, my friends.
Who said he was having a nervous breakdown? That's your bizarre...
No, he is having a nervous breakdown. If you're doing this and you're only aiming at one side, that's trying to incite violence. That is trying to incite violence, and that's what Keir Starmer's trying to do. He's trying to create a problem. He's trying to create a problem because everyone now knows that everyone going to the United Kingdom is being watched by cameras, but everyone else on the other side will be able to do anything that they want and nothing will happen to them. If you're not telling me that's antagonising English people, I don't know what is.
Well, why is he?
Which I would call into the deepest question.
Why has a Labour Prime Minister who is facing a challenge to his authority in the leadership election not only decided to release a video where he is castigating the people taking part in the demonstration tomorrow, why is he also being filmed sitting down with police leaders, has been issuing encouraging new guidance by the CPS? He's having some kind of nervous breakdown because the working classes of this country have decided they've had enough of broken
Once again, I don't think anybody is having a nervous breakdown. If that is your analysis, then that's...
It's not your analysis. You've got to have the brain of a fucking lemon to not see what's going on, mate. I don't know what it is with the left. I don't know whether he's playing dumb. You know, when we was watching Piers Morgan last night, it kind of twigged with me why a lot of people... I know a lot of people dislike him anyway, but I like watching the stuff because we see him in interesting debates. The reason a lot of people don't like him is because he gaslights people, winds people up, yeah? And I don't know whether the left do this on purpose. Like, I'm assuming this guy's not a complete idiot. Like, I have to sit here and go, look, he's on TV. He cannot be a complete idiot. So what do they think when they see this? Oh, it's okay to do one side and not the other. I don't understand the logic behind it, the thinking process, because I try to understand, but I can't see I can't see an argument there.
Is just so staggeringly weak. You are better than that. Come at me with some real arguments. Don't say that someone's having a nervous breakdown when they are patently not.
I think everyone watching this show can see exactly what is going on.
Do you know what a nervous breakdown is? I'm sorry to have to ask such a basic question, but I'm really not sure. Do you know what
it's what I witnessed with the video today from Keir Starmer describing people
doing a
who
piece
take
to camera, which they do on a regular basis to address your discord at a protest that you are concerned about.
No, yeah, so that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. The guy's got to be a bit simple. He has to be a bit simple, or he was dropped as a kid or something, because how can you have all of these people that have been attacked, the Jewish people that have been attacked, stabbed, murdered, and all of these things, and Starmer has not done a video like that? People have been murdered, killed, little girls have been abused. Where is the video of Starmer going, those people that committed those crimes against our little girls, you will face the full force of the law? Where is that video? Where is it? Where is he standing up saying, I will protect you, the English people? Where is it? Doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
Right. That is normal political behaviour. We see that from leader after leader.
Do you know what?
I'm just stunned that you're taking issue with this. I know that you're paid to do this. I get it. I know it's part of your brief. But it's bizarre.
So now this is the same thing again, like I just said to you, the gaslighting thing Piers Morgan does. He's doing the same thing. Let's just try and make it, are you unwell? Are you a bit unsure? Is it because you're paid? You know? It's really, really, it's sickening. It's a sick disease. This leftist ideology is a sickness. I never used to speak this way. I didn't. And I will challenge anyone who's on the left to come and debate me, and I will tear you in half. I will tear you in half just by speaking to you with logic and using facts and asking very, very simple questions. Why can you do it for this and not for that? Your go. That's all you need to say to these people. Because are you mentally unwell? Are you racist? No. Why can you do it for them and not for them? That's all you have to say.
Not being paid to appear today.
No. You're paid to take issue with the Prime Minister. But that's my specific point.
Just to be clear, let's leave this hanging in the room. I think the last word anybody out there will associate with Prime Minister Keir Starmer is normal, OK? This man is not normal.
He's a traitor.
This man has consistently
been
he's not.
He's a Prime Minister. No Prime Ministers are normal. Prime Ministers are inherently outliers.
Can I finish my point?
I don't think anybody's going to call any Prime Minister normal.
It's a debate show. You shouldn't be interrupting.
I'm responding to your point, which I thought was kindergarten.
OK, the last thing people would associate with Keir Starmer is normality. This narrative he now has that we are...
Great point there from MSS. It says tomorrow at this rally, MSS in chat says, also, if everyone does brown face, how will the AI cameras react? You see? And this is coming from someone who's Asian. See? Big love to you.
Facing a battle for the soul of the nation. If it is a choice between the decent majority of hard-working, tax-paying Brits who are simply saying, we want our borders to be controlled, we want immigration to be lowered, we do not want to be treated like second-class citizens in our own country...
That's a straw man, because that's not a majority.
That's a straw man, it's not a majority. Can you see what I'm trying to say? That is so patronising. No, people are not unhappy about it. People are not happy. Yeah, OK, I'm sure all of those little kids that are being abused, they're really happy about it. You know, the girls in Brighton the other day, I'm sure their families are over the moon with what happened.
You use that phrase a lot, and it really irks me, the silent majority. Can you substantiate that at all?
Yes, the local elections, you just got your arse handed to you on a plate and you have to lap it up and eat it up. You degenerate little prick.
Yeah.
How?
2/3 of Brits support deporting illegal migrants. That's a majority, Seb.
Right, and who's saying that? Where's that coming from?
Reputable pollsters, JL Partners, Ipsos Mori, YouGov.
And what kind of illegal migrants are we talking about here?
People who enter the country illegally, Seb.
So illegally. That was wonderful. I got giving me June, that was lovely.
Can you substantiate that at all?
Yeah.
How?
Wait. Let's just do that again one more time. Sorry.
We want immigration to be lowered. We do not want to be treated like second-class citizens in our own country.
That's a straw man, because that's not a majority. You use that phrase a lot, and it really irks me, the silent majority. Can you substantiate that at all?
Yeah.
How?
2/3 of Brits support deporting illegal migrants. That's a majority, Seb.
Right.
Robinson's jam was lovely.
And who's saying that? Where's that coming from?
Reputable pollsters, JL Partners, Ipsos Mori, YouGov.
And YouGov, by the way, let me just throw this in there for those of you that don't know. YouGov is the website that does the polls. YouGov, not uk.gov, the UK government website. YouGov is originally, I do believe, I'm pretty sure it's by a German. And I don't know if it's Iranian or something else, but it's non-British people doing a poll telling us what British people want. Make of that what you will.
What kind of illegal migrants are we talking about here?
People who enter the country illegally, Seb.
So 2/3 of people in this country want anyone who enters this country illegally to be deported?
Yes.
I would really, I would like to see that. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I would like to see that.
Okay, I'm afraid what you exhibit is a classic Labour mentality where you assume you represent the majority of the country like Keir Starmer. But actually...
I don't assume anything. I live in an East London enclave. The part of London I live in is not representative of the rest of the country, and it's important that we recognise that. I don't make any assumptions here whatsoever, so please don't say that. It is at worst rude.
OK, well, let's introduce a fact into this. Marches have driven up anti-Semitic hate crimes in central London. The spike after those marches began was absolutely through the roof. They rose by 40%.
Absolutely.
So, Sebastian, to do this film, to come out now and announce stricter rules around the CPS, why not?
You see what I mean? Like, even if I was on the Palestine side, I'd be laughing at the English people. I'd be going, you bunch of mugs. I would. If I was sitting here hearing this, I'd be laughing at the Brits. I'd be laughing at them because we're allowed to go out and march, slag off the Jewish people, attack the Jewish people, throw fireworks at police officers, do anything what the hell we want to people in public, right? We can do all of that, and the government hasn't cracked down. The Brits have one march last year. One. Now we're going to have a second. Two. Not over 100. Two. But we're going to crack down on those. It's laughable. And the British people can see that.
Why not when these pro-Palestine marches began and the hate crime in London against Jewish people went up? Why didn't you do it then?
But you could always make that argument. And look, I want...
Well, I'm making that argument now.
And look, I'm agreeing with you that I want the strictest sanctions against anybody who is anti-Semitic.
No, you don't want the strictest sanctions, because if you would have done it against the people of pro-Palestine, you would have said it's racist. That's why you didn't do it. You didn't do it because you would have known you would have lost votes in elections. You did anyway, and you would have been called racist. That is why you didn't do it.
We've seen Palestinian supporters driving around the streets, sort of like singing the most offensive slogans, and this has been going back a few years now, about sort of raping Jewish girls, etc.
Which is abhorrent.
In North London. But, yeah, it's abhorrent. Of course it's abhorrent. But the Prime Minister did not do anything about that. Why? Why now?
Sorry, when you say he didn't do anything about that, what do you specifically mean?
They weren't prosecuted, they weren't arrested.
It's like, is he stupid? This is what I'm trying to say. It's gaslighting. Is this guy thick? Because I'm sitting here going, he's got to be a fucking idiot. He's got to be an idiot.
Well, if people
now we have the CPS saying we are going to arrest you if you display any hateful behaviour.
Well, because there has been a debate around what globalised the Intifada means.
A debate. You know what I mean? There's been a debate. There doesn't need to be a debate about it. Look at all of the crime that's going up. She's just told you. Look at all of the crime. It's there in black and white.
I have maintained for the whole time that should be an offence that leads to action being taken against you. I'm pleased to see that happening now. But we are in a good place now. Can we not take the win? Can we not say that this is a good thing? We can admit. Come on, Matt, you will admit that.
Do you think a democratically elected? Do you think a democratically? I have no idea what you're talking about.
So what I'm talking about, Matt, if you would let me describe this to you.
Make your point quickly.
The point I'm making is that it's a positive thing that we're now taking action against people who say globalise the Intifada. Would you agree with me,
Seb? There are millions of people in this country.
I mean, that was really a yes or no question.
Can I finish, please?
Go on, but if it's going to end in yes or no,
I think this might be the last time we debate one another, to be honest with you, because you are very disingenuous. There are millions of people in this country who wanted that to happen 3 years ago, and you have the audacity to sit here and say, take the win. British Jews in this country had been asking for that action 3 years ago.
And we've been asking for the grooming gang inquiries and for the protection of children in this country for 25 years of my life. I've been talking about it. Before I was even doing this, we knew this kind of thing was going on. We knew that there was a problem in this country. 25 years. So this isn't just Labour, this is the Conservatives as well, which is why Reform has grown. Okay, it doesn't mean I love Reform or love Farage, but this is why another party is gaining traction, because the general public can see what's going on. You will keep covering it up. That's all I care about. I know I'll go on and on about it, but it's genuine. It's genuinely the backbone of my beliefs, because unless you sort out the corruption with that, I do not care about anything else. I don't. That's just me. I know that's not everyone. I don't care about anything else. I don't. I genuinely do not care about anything. Wages going up, wages going down, taxes, because this can be argued. This can be debated. A 10-year-old girl or boy being assaulted and their life being destroyed is something that's forever. That's forever. There is no taking that back. There is no let's talk about it. It destroys and kills people, leads to suicide, leads to drug addiction, homelessness, prostitution. That should be the forefront of everything. That's my opinion, and I will never, ever back down. I will say it till the cows come home. If Farage gets in power and nothing is done, I will go at him like a fucking Tyrannosaurus.
You sat here tonight saying, well, we've done it now, so ha, ha, ha. How do you think it feels in Golders Green? How do you think it feels in North London?
Excuse me, is that how you conduct yourself in the debate?
Anti-Semitic attacks constantly for years, having marches through the streets of our capital city.
I agree with you, Matt. I am appalled at the way that...
Right.
No, you shouldn't be appalled, because this is what I mean. This isn't something that's just occurred, you know? It's like how many terrorists have to happen? How many of them? 1, 2, 25? We're at 30 odd now in England. Over the last 25 years, 30 terrorist attacks. How many more times do you have to hear the government say, well, we were keeping an eye on Axel Ruder-Cabana. They were on the prevent watch list. How many more times does that have to happen before people act or react as Matt Goodwin is doing? How many more times does it have to happen? 100 more times? Do 50,000 little girls need to be abused? And you go, oh, I think we've got a problem. No, we're telling you now it's a problem.
Jews are treated in this country.
I didn't hear you shouting about it 3 years ago.
Deeply. We didn't know each other 3 years ago, Matt.
Thank goodness.
It appalls me that Jews have to go through this. It really upsets me when they say that Britain isn't a safe place to live. But when things improve, when things get better, we should accept that.
But they're getting...
No, I don't think that's good enough. That's not good enough. It's just not good enough. Too little, too late. It's just not good enough. Right, okay, let's get to the next one. I'm going to read some of your comments, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure we've got plenty more excitement and stuff to get into. Let's see. Oh, look, you've got Rebecca here, whoever this is saying that's my PM, meaning she agrees with what you said in this video, which is bizarre. It's bizarre. Anyway, let's see. Their role to defend regardless of truths and facts, like Nina Mishkow on GB News, it's vile as they'll do anything for money. MI5 said they would keep an eye on things last July. You see what I mean? We'll keep an eye on things. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. It'll be all right. It'll come out in the wash. I say that sarcastically when we're gaming. Oh, it'll be all right tomorrow. Get a good night's sleep. It'll all be okay. All come out in the wash. It's sarcasm. Right, Michelle Dewberry says, let's just see this. Michelle Dewberry says, you've permitted offensive banners, slogans, chants and symbols on the streets week in and week out. The second and working classes wish to come out, you issue new legal guidance, which is basically what we heard just now from Matt Goodwin, it shows you how corrupt this country is. Prosecutors have been issued new legal guidance on the use of offensive banners, slogans, chants or symbols to recognise the changing context and increase. This is from I'm not even making this up. I've not read this yet. Let's read that again. Prosecutors have been issued new legal guidance on the use of offensive banners, slogans, chants or symbols to recognise the changing context and increase in hate crime. Does that even make sense? Who wrote this? A fucking 2-year-old. And increase in hate crimes. This is our government, mate. Everyone has the right to protest. Oh, this is what they showed on the thing just now. I don't know who wrote that. I genuinely think a child must have written that. Right, here we go. Let's get to another video, shall we? Breaking in London. Islamists outside of a mosque, this is in Whitechapel, are threatening to... Well, let's see. This is, again...
Palestine, to the river, to the sea. Fuck Israel. Big up Palestine. Palestine will be free. The Jews, you man are going to get beheaded one by one.
Why has he not been arrested? If this is today, that's on camera. He should be in jail for that.
Will be free. The Jews.
Remember, Lucy Connolly went to jail for saying, I wouldn't care if something was to happen at a hotel. I wouldn't care. If someone was to do this, I wouldn't care. She went to jail for that. He has just said, this is what will happen. He's saying it and encouraging it. This is on camera. Is he going to go to jail? Hell no, Willie.
Will be free. The Jews, you man are going to get beheaded one by one, you dirty Jews. Big up Palestine. Yeah.
He should go to jail for that. He's literally saying it. A young man is saying that. He should go to jail for that. Why is that not on the TV? Why is that not on Sky News and the BBC saying this is what we've got happening on the streets of London? That's what the news is supposed to be reporting, right?
Tell him. Palestine. Yeah, tell them. Free Palestine. From the river to the sea, blood. Palestine will be free, but Israel, if I catch that government, my mother's life, I'll back you out and I'll do this. You see, man, don't be swearing. You're swearing. One.
See? Where is that? Where is that full force of the law by Keir Starmer? Where is that? Where is he rushing this through the streets to say that we're going to stop this in London? I'm disgusted, but I'm not surprised because this is happening everywhere. That is okay. And Starmer will come out and go, no, this isn't okay. But you're not doing nothing about it. There's thousands of those videos, thousands of them. And that's been happening at all of those pro-Palestine marches for the last 3 years. See what I mean? Right, here we go.
This entire road, hopefully, will be filled as far as the eyes can see. There's some of our toilets. Let's have a look as we go through.
Oh, this is for tomorrow. Okay.
There's our cranes waiting. Look, waiting to do the setup tonight. There's sets of toilets. We carry on. There's going to be screens set up along the whole way along this road. Every however long there's going to be screens. So this is the workmen getting ready. Look, there's more toilets. There's Paul. There's more toilets there. Look, sets of toilets. These cranes are all waiting and ready to set up our electrical power. Look, it's all set up, ready. Tonight they start building. We've got security here all night, workmen here all night. Tomorrow 150 staff employed. From videographers to camera teams to stage builders to sound engineers.
Like, to me, these are the sort of things, like, it's not even a love or hate for Robinson. This sort of thing should be happening in the UK or every country. Every year there should be a celebration of your country. Do you know what I mean? Like, what's the problem with that? I'd love that. It would bring tourists. You know, the England party every year. The England party every year. The Italy party. Go to Napoli every year, and in Napoli they have a big celebration of their culture every year, and thousands, if not millions, of people are on the streets partying, celebrating the culture of Italy. I'd be like, bloody hell yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be the best time to go. You know what I mean? No, they can't do that. Anyway, let's see this. Adam Brooks says, can anyone tell me why they've effectively shut the Central line tomorrow? Yeah, I know. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? They're doing everything in their power to try and stop people. Let's see. I don't think Rex is too happy with that guy. I don't think you really liked that last fella, did you, Rex? This is a bit off topic, but I wanted to show you this because I want you to see what your children and little girls see on social media. So this is Lily Phillips. You may have heard of her or may have not. She's what you call a hooker, and she sold her soul to the devil with that adult content site and, you know, 1,000 men in one night and all of this sort of rubbish. So to me, I just look at it and go, well, that's a dog. You could say, well, you shouldn't talk about women like that. It's a dog. If she's got no respect for herself, I'm not going to show it either. Lily Phillips says she offered her new boyfriend the chance to date other girls, but he refused. He insisted that he will stay monogamous because in his eyes, her paid work isn't cheating. And again, you will see this girl on TikTok
I've
and
even
all that,
given
and your
him
little
the
daughters are
offer
watching
if
this.
he would like to be with other people in the bedroom, you know, outside of me, if you know what I mean. And he turned it down. He was just like, no, that would be weird. Like, why would I want to be with anyone else but you?
Yeah,
I didn't
anyway,
want
that's
him
enough
to
of...
feel like...
So anyway, I'd rather get cancer than go near someone like that. I'd rather have HIV. Right, let's continue on. Keir Starmer made his public appearance since Wes Streeting's resignation. The embattled Prime Minister visited a police station with London Mayor Sir Sadiq Khan ahead of a weekend of planned protests. Oh, dear.
Jason, he's one of our most experienced CCTV
Jason?
operators.
Good morning, sir.
Nice to see you. How are you?
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Nice to see you again.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good to see you.
So what you're saying is, obviously, this is a bank of our CCTV screens. This is in
This is
operation
your
every day.
regular...
This is our regular CCTV operation. What we've got on the screens in front of you is a bank of different scenarios. So
small p politics and protest groups have got more polarised and angry, and so both groups at the weekend have a track record of having an intimidatory effect on communities.
And have you got reasonable intelligence on numbers and things like that?
Numbers is really...
He's checking because he's shitting himself. What do you know about numbers? How many people hate
hard,
me?
isn't it?
So the numbers is the difficult bit.
Yeah.
We never would have expected to see the numbers we saw last September. So we have
That's
to work
true.
in essence.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's because you're so out of touch with the British public, you degenerate dickheads.
That we're going to see that size and scale again.
Away from.
And have
so the
you got-
effect on those communities
Yeah,
is significant.
And have you got routes for these two?
Yes, so the map in front of you, the lower map there, I can see what colleagues are covering.
So out of touch. How can you... Oh, we didn't expect that so many people would be unhappy about all these little kids being abused. I don't know. I didn't expect that. That's the Prime Minister. I didn't expect so many people to be unhappy. How can he be a leader of a party, the leader of this country?
The red route that you can see is the route that the coalition will...
Like, you're supposed to have your you know, your hand on the map, the point, the pin. You're supposed to know
takes
everything.
that bottom map there. The blue route to the other side is the route that Unite the Kingdom will be following, and we'll be using public order conditions to keep them to that route and their form-up locations. And then NAPRA intend to rally at Waterloo Place, and Unite the Kingdom will intend to rally at Parliament Square.
Push the Palestine one till tomorrow. That happened Sunday. This happened Saturday. The end. Ta-da! They could have done that, but then it's not the possibility of confrontation and a riot, because that's what he needs to make him look good for clearing it up.
So we're going to have a fairly sizable sterile area between the groups.
All I will say is anyone that attends tomorrow, anyone who attends tomorrow that's British, if someone hurls abuse at you, go to a police officer. If someone gets rude and violent, go to a police officer. There's 4,000 of them there. If someone antagonises you, turn and walk away and make sure that it's on camera. Make sure that it's on camera. Film everything. Film everything. If you see it about to kick off, film it. Get the evidence. Show it happening. People need to know the truth about what's going on, because as we've seen, the British media are not going to tell you the truth, and this government sure isn't going to give you the truth. I'm going to leave it there for this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Police will only arrest white men. Yeah, you're probably right. Probably, yeah. I'm going to leave it there, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back next week. Record the interaction to report, or if someone or you are getting arrested. Exactly, Curtis. The whole lot. Of course, Rex. What else would I be doing with my life? I'd like to thank everyone for coming back to the streams and enjoying it with me. I hope you've enjoyed it. I know that my language has been specifically vulgar, but I'm at the stage now where I've been doing YouTube for 4 years, and I've tried to do things in a polite and specific way, and YouTube blocks my content from going out anyway. So I might as well just be myself and speak as I would do if I was to meet you in the streets, as myself, as it is. So I hope that, you know, that's okay. If it isn't, and you do want to watch another channel, you know, go ahead. But I'm just going to be completely blunt from now on, because that's what you deserve and that's what this country deserves. We've run out of time to piss about. We've run out of time for let's sit down and have a debate about it, like that guy in the white shirt just now on GB News. Let's talk about it, take the win. It's past that. It's past that. So I'll see you guys again next week. I thank you all for joining me. And for those of you on Discord, I shall see you over there in a moment. MSS, I love ya. Peace and love, everyone. It's been a pleasure.
Can I introduce you to Jason? He's one of our most
I mean, what a wally he is, Starmer, eh? What an absolute donkey. Peace.